2 such fights were held very quickly and on time. Literally, there were 2 fights held in a span of 1 month. Regardless, my initial boxing experience was in January when I stepped into the ring for the first time ever. A little bit of this atmosphere, this exit, gloves, this is all, of course, completely different. Nothing, everything is fine. In my opinion, it is going in its own unique way. The first fight came to an end with a decisive knockout. For me, this is the initial new thing that is precisely a deceptive beat format. It was still challenging to reconstruct. We perfected it during training. Finishing, refining, making changes to some positions, we worked it all out. But in battle it appeared completely different. It was unusual, but I think, as they say, with experience will come and there will be more of it. The second fight is traditional, standing, yes, strikes. The well-known and long-standing school of Thai boxing makes itself known. Low kicks that we have been practicing for years are actually an awful weapon, particularly in mixed martial arts. Only a few know how to defend themselves, and only a few are accustomed to such pain. Well, naturally, we observed the adversaries' bouts, honed in on the type of wrestling foundation they possess, be it striking or mixed martial arts. So, all of this was worked out by sparring partners, specifically developing the opponent's technique. Well, they were guided by that. However, once they made the change, there was no possibility of reverting back, and they remained prepared for any potential result. Regrettably, I am unaware of the underlying cause. Thanks to the opponent as well, despite the short notice, he departed within a week, specifically within a span of 10 days. Went out and we finished quickly. We communicate with everyone, including guys who have been performing in MMA for many years. And they say that no one will box with you in the stance. All individuals will make an effort to translate drag into a fight in an attempt to resolve the situation through confrontation. There was no surprise for me as such, because I was already aware that there would be passages, and I knew in advance that they would be transferred to the stalls. We acted preemptively. It so happened that I ended up on top and made the finishing blow. Yes, there was probably some confusion, blurry movements that he went through. Somewhere he didn't latch the lock, didn't fix what he used or employed for the task. Although I watched his previous fights, he performed quite well. In essence, counterattacked. His style retreats back and swiftly propels himself into his legs. Well, I was anticipating this particular outcome and I was fully prepared for it. Well, to be honest, I didn't expect it at all, because in kickboxing and Muay Thai you can deliver so many low kicks. It is challenging for a striker, particularly a Thai boxer, to overcome with a low kick in order to conclude the fight, particularly 2 strikes. Alright, in case you strike the identical area repeatedly for a duration of 3 to 5 rounds, it will be noticeable. But most likely hit precisely, because in reality the strikes were precise and hit in a single location. This is the exact location where the knee is attached to the thigh bone in the human body. Only through experiencing can one comprehend the level of pain. Those who grasp and are aware of what a low kick entails and how to execute a strike accurately, it is specifically with this section that I strike with precision. And I think it's his trait. He realized in that moment that probably he wouldn't be able to continue further. For me, it is an experience because it is a sport that is completely new and unfamiliar to me. Acquisition of experience, sensation of cells, grids of distance, labor, timing of work, progression, perception. The same thing for 5 minutes. In fact, it is necessary to go through this stage in order to avoid making any mistakes in the future. A multitude of friends, comrades, acquaintances all inquire, why are you moving at such a rapid pace? I am often asked this question. We didn't have time to set up many TV switches, but I say, it's good that the fight ended very quickly, no matter what level. High levels, championship bouts. Sometimes they conclude in the initial seconds. However, that does not alter anything. He says it is bad, we should have boxed. Everyone wants a spectacle in order to enjoy. But I say that there are still many battles ahead, a long way to go. And we will have quite remarkable fights now. It is truly challenging to find opponents against me who come out and face me in the ring, but when they do, it makes the victory even sweeter. Either they ask for substantial amounts, fees, or face no opposition. Consequently, I believe there is still a lot to come in the future. Yes, in reality, it has been a couple of years since we concluded our collaboration with Gloria, the time period during which we ceased working together. In fact, we have been boxing in this organization Glory for 10 years. It's already like a part of life, some kind of family. You can say there was martial arts. Because we have been present there for the past 5 years, it feels like home, as everyone knows each other very well. We had conversations with both the organizers and the directors. The communication was friendly and pleasant. However, as we are aware, these are factors that are beyond our control and we cannot exert any influence over them. Ended contracts with Russian fighters. At that point in time, I held the title of reigning champion, and it was necessary to have a defense. Then Dima Menshikov, who was a contender for the belt. The first number was in this organization. Alexei Ulyanov is also the first number. These are all potential, you can say, champions about to have their next fight for the title. However, the occurrence of it was genuinely unenjoyable, as it turned out this way in a manner that was actually quite unpleasant. I understood that probably it should be like that. A new stage should be in my life, in my sports. Well, they probably chose MMA as a direction because, in principle, we have achieved a lot in kickboxing. They successfully defended the title multiple times, around 5-6 times in one of the top, well, arguably the best kickboxing organizations globally. Then somehow they decided, well, I've always been interested in fighting. And so it happened that, well, probably this fateful sign was that something had to be changed in the contract with Gloria. And they made the decision to try themselves in MMA. And when I began working, training, I discovered that it was interesting. I enjoyed the training process, and somehow it dragged on. Well, that's it. Made the decision to move in this direction because we also observe how the most skilled strikers make the transition into the top mixed martial arts organizations. I reiterate, Ultimate Fighting Championship, Bellator, Professional Fighters League. They generate buzz. They achieve deserving championships. The fights are extremely spectacular. It is the same Alex Pereira, and we are in kickboxing with him. We experienced such intense battles going back and forth in the matches. And now he is the current champion of 93 kilo, former champion of 84 kilo, and the same Adesanya who fought in Glory. Yes, there are numerous kickboxers who have made the switch and are performing admirably. In my opinion, if everything goes well, like the alignment of the stars, it is even possible for it to happen within this year. Well, I would like to because, well, I do not think there is much competition for Alex Pereira at the moment. Now he will be boxing in UFC 300, which will take place in April, yes, with Hill. In my opinion, I believe it will be a piece of cake for him to make money. I would be more than happy to share the octagon with him, engaging in a boxing match against two skilled strikers. It seems like an easy way to earn some cash. This, I think, will be a great spectacle for MMA fans and combat sports in general. Yes, I think in April I would in principle be prepared. If there was an opportunity, if possibilities existed, I would gladly not miss such a moment. Hence, in my opinion, there is a significant opportunity to give it a try this year. If God is willing, it will work out. I will be glad. Some part is still easy to give up. It's all about emotional balance. The guys came from Dagestan, from Novosibirsk, from Tajikistan. A large number of individuals were brought to this place to serve as sparring partners and to provide basic wrestling skills. Many people claim that there are still emotions and a certain level of equilibrium in Thai boxing, since it primarily involves close-range combat techniques, such as clinching, twisting, and the use of elbows. These actions require a delicate balance and aim to bring the opponent down to the ground. So these moments that are utilized in combat, they do actually exist to a certain extent. And this capture of the body, that is, all of this is currently present. Therefore, in certain moments during certain exercises or techniques, it was generally quite effortless and straightforward for me to accomplish. We will observe the outcome. Literally a week has elapsed since the altercation took place. Now I'll rest, be with family, and relax. And there, I believe, is the manager's role, the team's role in the work. Let's discuss the following plans. I do not want to prolong it for an extended period so that it all gets delayed. For a span of 6 months, for a period of 3 to 4 months, I want to catch up. I'm stating now. Furthermore, after such battles, it's possible to conduct them in a short time frame. Of course, preparation also takes a lot of energy, so now I will rest a little and we will come back with renewed strength. And further, I think the nearest plans will be much more fun and interesting. Our primary objective is established at the moment. This is also one of my aspirations, to enter the Ultimate Fighting Championship and accomplish seize the belt, because there has never been such a phenomenon. While competing in kickboxing, I never even considered the possibility of transitioning to MMA. However, now that I have begun to actively participate in this endeavor, I comprehend the necessity, desire, and purpose behind it. So I believe in the upcoming future, well, let's not hurry, of course, everything has its own time, and we will definitely pursue it for this specific title, for this particular goal.